to my, I am currently asking for a ceasefire. I'm asking for a ceasefire between the Somalis and the African Americans. Please, we got something bigger going on right now. This is a divide and conquer situation happening in Minnesota. Y'all know we ride together when situations arise out here. When that George Floyd stuff happened, baby, we was out there. Ain't nobody was asking what type of black you was. We all felt that. So I just don't want this ignorant conversation to overshadow what's really happening. Don't give them the upper hand. Why are we acting slow? I'm asking for a ceasefire. If you like me, please put down the shots. We ain't got time. Just put a pin in the conversation. How about that? Let's just put a pin in the conversation. And after we're done with this, then we could get back to doing that. Y'all could get back to doing that. I don't even know what type of conversation. I'm gonna go finish my electrolytes because it's.
Some Somalis in America are doing something most people never expected. They are publicly apologizing to Black Americans. But why now? Let's break it down. There is a conversation happening right now in America that many people didn't expect to see. Some members of the Somali communities in the United States are beginning to speak openly about their relationship with the Black Americans. And what's surprising many people is that some of them are not just talking, they are apologizing. Yes, apologizing. I've put some clips together for you guys, but before that, if this is your first time here, I'm glad you found this channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a conversation. And as always, credit goes to the original creators for every single clip used in this episode. This video is for educational purposes and awareness. It is not meant to hate or discriminate against anyone. The goal is to discuss real challenges and perspective openly and respectfully. Let's watch this clip together, and when we come back, we'll break down what's actually been said and why it matters.
Jamal Mubarak, I just wanted to come on here and say, in order for a change to happen, we have to speak up. In order for change to happen, there has to be accountability. And in order for change to happen, we're gonna have to talk about the hard things. In order for change to happen, we cannot ignore, belittle, dismiss, hurt, discrimination, abuse, prejudice, prejudice behavior. We cannot ignore those things. And this goes for all over the world. You cannot tell a group of people how to feel when hurt was done to them. You cannot do that, and you have no right to do that. You can try to dismiss them, but it doesn't change what happened. It doesn't what your people did. It doesn't work like that. You cannot tell me my history. You cannot tell me how my people were treated. You cannot tell me what happened, and you cannot tell me who I am. You can have your opinion on who you think I should be, but you have no right to tell me who I am. I know who I am. My people know who they are. Just like how you know who you are, and I don't tell you who you are. And I don't tell you who your people are. You don't do that to me. You can try to, but it doesn't change who I am. It doesn't change who I am. You cannot compare Jared Wynn's hurt to other people's hurt to dismiss our hurt. If another clan was hurt, that is your clan's business. You have to talk about those things. Can we come together? You don't come in my comment section and say, oh, yeah, Jared Wynn was hurt, but like you have no idea what my clan went through. Then go talk about your clan's hurt. I'm not going to talk about your clan's hurt to dismiss and belittle my clan and what we went through. And we are not seeking for sympathy. We are not seeking for sympathy. We are truly stating the facts. We are truly stating the truth. And if the truth, it seems to be hurting a lot of y'all, it's tinkling y'all booty holes. It's tinkling y'all booty holes. I don't know why. Well, I know why. Because y'all hate to see us coming. If you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. You don't dismiss my hurt. You don't dismiss my people's history to make yourself feel better about what your people did to us. Nobody was standing up for us. And I'm going to keep talking. And you guys now keep on messaging me. And I appreciate everyone that's messaging me all the positive things. I'm not looking over that because I know again, I've already said it. I know there's a lot of positive people out there that are from different clans. For all the hateful comments, for all of the hateful messages I've received, just know I don't give a fuck. Keep going.
We accept the president's words. They came from a place of anger and disappointment. I'm sure many Americans feel the same way.
The president was right to let loose his feelings. It shocked us into understanding the severity of the harm our people caused.
These criminals betrayed America's welcoming spirit. The scale of these crimes has stained the reputation of American Somalis.
America's freedoms allowed us to build a unique community here in Minnesota. In return, we must promise to weed out any evil living among us.
This evil came from within our community. And so, as an honorable community, we take responsibility. We must correct this wrongdoing.
The only way to regain the trust of this nation is to root out crime, stay humble, and be forever grateful. That's the premise.
So, as honorable Somalis, we are going to take on the responsibility of apologizing to all Americans. We are deeply, deeply sorry.
The shame of this will haunt us forever. And hopefully over time you will come to forgive us. Thank you.
United States of America, and why does everybody feel like a victim? Why do everybody feel as though they have to apologize to everybody else to make themselves feel more comfortable about the space that they've created for themselves? How come we just can't treat everybody individually based off of the content of their character and then disassociate ourselves with different parts of culture that's not ideal or conducive to our lifestyle, while at the same time building up American culture and getting rid of the things that we don't necessarily deem appropriate? What is this apologist mentality to people that you don't even know? Because you've had a halfway, and I'm happy for you, God bless you, that you've had a halfway decent experience with black people, but what the hell is going on in this country?
Reality, the black community honestly just accepted me for who I was, regardless of whatever it may be. And now that
because nobody cares. I don't think that white people care en masse.
Been healing from the type of environment that I've grown from, I apologize for ever overstepping any type of boundaries, to ever make it seem like it was ever okay to appropriate anything of the black community. And that's why I feel like it's so important that we really need to acknowledge that we do not deserve this amount of kindness that the black community has given us, to support that, like, hey, you know what, we know what you're going through, we are here for you, we understand, because we have done some fucked up shit. And at this point, it doesn't even matter if it's the East Asians, the Southeast Asians. We all took a part of that. Do you know what I'm saying? Even with the divide between East Asians and Southeast Asians, and how Southeast Asians are actually looked upon the East Asians, it doesn't matter at that point, because overall, we are all one community here in America. You know, in the States, we're in one community, which is why it's important that we have to honestly talk about all these.
I wasn't even aware that they had beef, nor did I give a fuck. I don't think that I've made one video about East Asians, West Asians having some kind of disassociation with each other outside of the United States of America. Keep that shit out of here. Now she's apologizing. Do y'all, let me know in the comments, do you feel my pain? Do you understand what I'm going through? Do you understand why it's so frustrating when we're trying to fix this country? We have more people thinking that they're actually bringing us together by being divisive. If you was racist, just don't be racist.
Things we have to talk about, things that our people have done, and hold our.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Habari zenu wa Kenya wenzangu. Kwa majina naitwa Sahara Ahmed Barre. I'm youth chairlady from Lagdera, Garissa. And I'm also aspirant MCA Modogashe Ward. Ni mimi yule msichana ambaye nilikuwa mnazungusha video zake. Yaliyotendeka wiki iliyopita ilikuwa kitu sio mzuri, but ilikuwa hasira naye ni hasara. Mimi ni msichana mdogo ambaye anataka kuenda mbele. Sitaki vita na mimi sio adui. Mimi ni Mkenya, nimezaliwa hapa, nimelelewa hapa, na mimi siwezi kosea nchi yangu. Kama nimekosea sheria ya Kenya, nasema kuanzia rais, security na raia yote, poleni. Mimi ni msichana yenu. I want to be a leader. Sitaki watu wanione mbaya, na mimi ni Mkenya. Nasema security wametusaidia sana. Kama sio security hatungefika hapa. Lakini kosa sio kosa, kurudi kosa ndio kosa. Nasema Wakenya wenzangu, Dauni, wa Somali, wote wenye wanaishi Kenya, I say so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Guys, this video is to make a public apology in a raaligeliyo laangaabyaasha adduunyada dhan. Shalay anoo live ku jiro waxaa gabdhaha Soomaaliyeed waaninayay inay weligood laangaabi guursanin. Hadalkaasna aad uga xumahay. Laangaabyaal badan ay taageero, dad badan oo reer laangaab ah kasoo jeedaan ay taageeraan. Dadkaasna jecel u qabaa. Reerkiinana idinka xataa jecel ay qabaa. And I hope inay cafin kartiin. I love you and I respect you. Raalli ahaadana. I hope nina wadnihiina ka raadin. Hope nina wadnihiina ka raadin kartiin naxariis oo ay ugu cafisiin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I love you.
The white Americans in the room to please repeat after me. On behalf of myself and on behalf of my country, to you and all African Americans, from the beginning of our nation's history, in honor of your ancestors and on behalf of your children, please hear this from my heart. I apologize. Please forgive us. With this prayer, I acknowledge the depth of the evils that have been perpetrated against Black people in America. From slavery to lynchings, to white supremacist laws, to the denial of voting rights, to all the ways, both large and small, all of them evil, all of them wrong, for all the oppression and all of the injustices. I apologize. Please forgive us.
This is a Somali guy. Look what he's... Folks, if you're wondering, like, hey, be fair with this community, be fair with that community, and all this other stuff, it's very simple. Find out for yourself on what they're saying. Watch the energy of this guy. What does this decrease your blood pressure, or does it increase your blood pressure? Go ahead, Rob.
You work all day. You don't got shit. Thank you for working so hard so I can be home all day, free. I can use my EBT. Go to work for me, white boy, white girl. Yeah. Go to work for me, you white animals. Work for me. And the U.S. government they work for me. All of you work for me. Now go to work.
That's an actual video. I'm going to go to Nick on this one. If you can pull up the chart. So this is the chart. This is a very important chart, guys.
81%.
81. Can you tell them what this chart is, Nick, please?
Yeah, so this chart's showing the population of Somalis inside of Minnesota compared to native households. And you're having 81% of the Somali population is on welfare, and 54% on food stamps, and 73% on Medicaid. So it's not even, and I'll tell you why there's so many and why they're able to do this is, for instance, just take the daycares, for example. So a Muslim man, he's able to have 4 wives. They go and work at these daycares. They don't actually get any tax. They don't get any, how do you say, like, to get taxed? These people don't actually get taxed, or they don't actually file that they're working. So they're just getting paid cash, as you saw in the video. Mm-hmm. And so then when they go to the office and whatnot, they're able to say, well, we need money because we're not working. And so you have 4. You could have up to 4 wives all collecting welfare, for one marriage.
What a business model!
Yeah, and they're all living inside these communities, and so their money is just getting funneled around. Literally billions of dollars is getting funneled around inside of these communities, and they're also collecting welfare on top of it. So they don't pay for their food, they're not paying for their housing because they're all on welfare.
We are being lied to. And not only are we being lied to, we're being exploited at the highest degree. And then on top of it, we're being replaced with the dollars that we work our fucking asses off to produce for our families. They are taking those dollars, they are bringing in people that fucking hate us, and then they are paying them to be here. If this isn't the breaking point for everybody to stand the fuck up and say enough, then our country is fucking doomed. Period.
Hi, so I just really want to make this video from like a human space. This is something I've been really meaning to say, and I'm so glad that I can finally articulate it to you guys. So I'm Somali. I grew up in Minnetonka. I've been raised here my entire life. I am born here and I've lived here. I've studied here. I'm a pre-med. I do research, and that's usually the type of stuff I talk about on my page. But right now I feel like it's really important for me to say this. What I'm going to say is that I have been getting so many messages telling me to go back to your country, go back to your country. But the reality of the situation is the United States is the only country I've ever known my entire life. And the thing is, the great irony of it all is I'm not the ambassador of Somalia. I don't speak for Somali people. I'm not a spokesperson for this community. I'm just one young person trying to study, navigate life, and live like any other 20-something-year-old living here in this state. And so something that I feel like is going on is that there's a lot of immigrant people and first-gen, second-gen kids like me, with this weight on our shoulders, trying to explain everything going on in our communities, trying to defend our communities. But I'm really no different from any other 20-something-year-old trying to make it here in this state, in this country, in this world. And so I'm sharing this because I really feel like a lot of us are being treated this way and dealing with this quietly. But the reality is we aren't symbols. We aren't some type of ambassador. We are just human beings.
Yeah, I think that that's one perspective. But the other perspective is, you're just collateral damage from the bad decisions that was made, possibly from your family, depending on how they got here. Because we still have to ask the question, right? This young woman who, you have to love and respect the fact that they were able to articulate themselves and communicate clearly about what their plight is and what's happening over in the Somali community, which she's not necessarily saying anything that we don't already know, that people that are born here inside of the United States of America, especially ones that receive birthright citizenship, meaning that their parents may not necessarily be from here, and they may have come over here either illegally or temporary protective status, but it doesn't mean that it justify the fact that we are leveraging laws that were meant for American descendants of slaves, people that did not ask to be here, and them receiving birthright citizenship should not have been extended over into people that are just normally born in the United States of America, regardless of what their circumstances are. So while I acknowledge that we should make sure that we accommodate people that are legally here in the United States of America as citizens, you can't blame people that then speak loudly about the fact that we should be putting Americans first and the people that are here already, instead of advocating for and allocating our tax dollars for people that came over here illegally. I'm not really sure what her.
As you know, the Somali saga continues. We try to look past it, but it just keep coming up. I mean, man, more information and more people speaking up about this Somali issue. I don't know why this topic is definitely red hot right now, but you have this young Somali woman that wants this stuff just to stop, and she wants some unification. So let's go on and roll with what she has to say. And then let's get back into it. Well, let's get back into it. First of all, I want to make sure, because, you know, like Martin Luther King said to us a long time ago, you got to get the language right. And the language is this. There's no such thing as no war. No black Americans are sliding on the Somali ops nowhere. Somalis aren't sliding on us. Nobody's fist fighting. Nobody's shooting. It's no war. It's no true beef. We're just bringing up history of when Somalis first came to America, or things that's been said about us online. And so we're looking at a time now and say, wait a minute, now that we are having a conversation, we're bringing this up to say, hey, why did you say this? Why did your community do this? I'm not speaking about this young lady. And yes, I also understand there is a divide within their community. Those who are older that came here are more stuck in their ignorant ways. Those who are younger, who are born here, who actually been around us. Clearly, as you heard her speak, she's been around us. So usually from my experience of talking with Somalis, so yes, I've talked with some Somalis in my lifetime. The younger ones are more cultured with black Americans, right? Just like if you have a Nigerian that was born here and more cultured to be around black Americans, so they may understand the black experience a lot more because they were born here, cultured here, and that's that. So I want to put that up front. There's no war. There's nothing to be ceasefire about. Okay. The issue is, young sister, I have to tell you, the issue is not you. That's not you or any other young Somali that may not be even on that. It is probably your parents or your people. And so when your people that came here and they othered themselves, your people that came here thought that they can side with these folks.
All right, guys, as we wrap up, let's take a moment to reflect on what's happening here. Some Somalis in America are publicly apologizing to Black Americans, not just in words, but also in a little actions, as they are asking for a pause in the conflict, for understanding, and for the chance to start fresh. For years, misunderstanding and cultural differences caused friction. Harsh words were exchanged and resentment grew. Now, some Somalis' voices are saying enough. They are asking Black Americans to cease fire, not literally, but to stop the conflict and the division that have built up. This is more than apology, it's a plea for peace. It's a recognition that both communities share struggles in America. Both have faced discrimination, both have fought for safety, opportunity, and respect, and both have a stake in building stronger neighborhood and communities. Words alone cannot undo years of tension. Trust takes time to rebuild, but every journey towards peace starts somewhere, often with a simple act, an apology. When Somali American asks Black Americans to cease fire, it's about focusing on what unites them: cooperation, respect, and shared responsibility for the future. This moment isn't just about one group apologizing to another, it's about courage, accountability, and hope. And if communities can choose dialogue over division, maybe the next generation can grow up in a world where we can thrive together. Words alone doesn't change history, action do. But every journey towards peace starts somewhere. If community can apologize, listen, and work together, maybe the future can finally be about unity, not division. What do you think? I want to hear your thoughts in the comment respectfully. Do you think this apology is from their heart, or do you think they are trying to create a viral controversy? Comment below, share your thoughts, and don't forget to subscribe for honest conversation like this. See you in my next video.